The biggest irony of this video, reviewing a 4K TV on a full HD video. What? Hey everyone, Mukul here, and this isn't a 4K video because the footage of the TV which I recorded was on a full HD camera, and hence this is not a high-end or high quality or a superb quality video. I won't come out of the screen, but don't let this video fool you. Check out my other content which is of way better quality. In this video, I will also share that why might some people prefer this TV over the other View's Android OS 4K TVs. Well, I have been personally using View TVs for many years now, and so far I have had nothing but the best experience from them. So the View's 55bpx 4K TV was replacing our way old Sony's 4K Full HD TV, and this camera is also Sony. So because our living room is quite huge, we wanted to make sure that the TV we are getting this time is of a larger screen itself, and this TV has costed me around 31,000 rupees with all the cashbacks and everything on Paytm Mall, and hence it was a huge upgrade for us. And also because this TV was the cheapest 4K 55 inches View TV. Yeah, sometimes cheapest is what comes in the budget. This TV runs View's own Linux based OS, TV OS, and I think because of that it waives off many other certification fees and processes, and hence this TV is at least 4,000 to 5,000 rupees cheaper than the other variant from View TV. So if I talk about the screen, this TV has a 4K resolution screen, and that means a resolution of 3840 into 2160 at 450 nits of brightness, which is pretty bright in my opinion. Even my older View TVs are quite bright, and I have no complaints about the brightness on them so far because I'm not watching my TVs under bright sunshine. The panel is again View's old and trusty A+ grade panel and direct lit LED or DLED. I have been pretty happy with this panel for the past 4 to 5 years, I suppose, and I have had no complaints with the panel on this TV. So yeah, it's a pretty good panel, a pretty good trustworthy panel which runs for at least 3 to 4 years. At least I hope, because none of my TVs have gone kaput so far. The TV also supports a 16 Hz of frequency or 60 FPS if you are a gamer and want to game on this TV. The panel also supports HDR10, which is the standard on many affordable and budget TV options, and there is nothing wrong with this codec of HDR, and it's a pretty good codec and it's a pretty good HDR. What? The picture quality is bright, the HDR content plays great. I have seen some videos on YouTube which support HDR, and I have seen some shows on Netflix which also support HDR, and I have had no problems with running that content on this TV. There's no official wordings on the processor this TV runs, but if I check their older models, which is the pixelight, it came with a quad-core CPU with 1 GB of RAM and 4 GB of storage. But the View TV OS on this TV doesn't support installing apps from any app store, so you wouldn't need more than 4 GB of storage anyways. I don't know what else could you save on the TV itself. The side view of the TV is very sidey, and I mean not slim, but I don't mind that at all, as I remember how bad the first generation of MI TVs here were in terms of brightness when they came, especially because of their ultra slim design. But if you are into skinny jeans, then you might not like this TV. I mean, personally, I hate skinny jeans. Absurd comparison, man. There are 3 HDMI and 2 USB ports on the back, so if you plan to wall mount the TV, do get a USB extendable cable. I will put a link of that in description. There is also an Ethernet cable port with a 3.5mm jack port on the back, so attaching many of the external speakers which are available in the market is going to be an easy peasy process. There is also an SPDIF output port with 6 components in ports. Yeah, this is generally where things go in. The TV came with both tabletop stands and a wall mount accessory, so put it whichever way you want. And it's also really nice from brands like View that they always provide both the accessories as an option and leave it to the consumer in the end, whichever they want to choose. They can easily avoid doing this and sell one of these accessories separately, but it's really nice of them, and companies like these, when they really think of the consumer and their affordability to this deep extent. There are speaker grills on the back of the TV, and about the sound, I would say it is just fine and not too loud, but it did fill my huge living room comfortably. It says Dolby Atmos, so yeah, it will give you options to fiddle with that feature with any external speakers too. I've been using these Logitech 2.1 speakers for really long, and I love them. They fill my whole house with so much vibrancy and sound and bass, And once, even when I was pooping, I heard my bathroom's glasses kind of shatter with vibrancy. The remote of few TVs have an average build and plasticky quality. I've never been a fan of them except for one case where I got a remote which really had a premium finish on it. But I believe now View has started cutting corners over that and hence reduced the production cost. The remote, as you can see, comes with Prime Video, Netflix and YouTube app buttons. So a little bit of convenience there. The TV comes with inbuilt apps like Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube, TED, a TV browser, Plex, etc. I've been using all of these apps and have faced zero lags or reboots or freezes. I couldn't find any hardware specs on which this View OS is running, but trust me, whatever it is, it suffices over needs to play these apps comfortably and smoothly. I would not have been saying this if I didn't use these apps on the TV for really long. I really wish View watches this video and sends me more TVs to review. Wild imagination, man. And what's even better about these View TVs is that the settings menus are really elaborated. They give you a lot of options to change the color settings, change the output mode of audio from its ports and whatnot. Even connect a CPU or laptop to it. I have been using an older model of View 40-inch 4K TV as my main workstation monitor so far, and I've had no complaints. I have worked extensively on it and I have also gamed and I have had no complaints. I'm not a professional gamer or anything, I'm a casual gamer and I seriously couldn't find a single flaw on it. I had some really huge pictures and videos on the pen drive and my only qualm with this TV is that it took its sweet time to load them. But understandably, they were huge files and image was at least 6 to 8 MBs. So yeah, just a heads up on this. So now, many people would be curious and they would be confused whether this TV is better than the Android OS TV or they should go for the Android OS TV and not this TV as it comes with an official Android OS TV and that's why it's called an Android OS TV. Well, yes and no. That's a smart answer. Yes, because by saving the difference of 4,500 to 5,000 rupees, you have the freedom and liberty to choose any other external TV device. It can be Fire Stick, it can be the MI TV box, it can be the Fire Stick 4K or any other device which you would like. So all this money you are saving on this TV can go into another device of your own choice. And if these three apps are mostly sufficient for you, you don't need to invest in the more expensive TV just for the OS. I mean, in the end, you would just install 1 or 2 more apps and be done with it. And I haven't seen anyone who is subscribed to all of these apps and is paying a monthly or annual fee to all of these apps. So set your priority right and choose if you want this TV or not. I have been streaming Netflix and YouTube on my older View TV for really long and I have had no complaints with it. It has never frozen, it has never lagged, it has never crashed. So it is something which screams that yes, these apps are running quite stable on the View's own Linux TV OS and which is a pretty good deal. But if you already run cable on your TV, then you really don't need to spend more and get a more expensive TV. Both the TVs run at 4K, they have the same 60Hz screen, they have the exact same panel, the exact same contrast ratio, the exact same brightness, so I don't see a point in spending more just to get an OS upgrade. The biggest reason I would recommend the Android OS TV over this 55bpx model if you are not running cable at your home and if you want all the apps, the Hotstar app and other cable TV apps, then yes, this is going to be a good deal for you. But if you're not extremely tech savvy, then again you're going to waste the provisions an Android OS gives you on the TV. So again, that money would be wasted in the end. And also the Android OS 4K TV comes with a voice remote option. I would also be reviewing the Ultra Android TV, which is a new series from View TVs, which run at full HD and not 4K, but they run on Android TV OS. So do subscribe for that update too. And if you don't mind spending more on a TV which runs an Android OS, whether you know if it is going to be of benefit to you or not, then who am I to draw lines here? I'm just a puny bot. So yeah, if you're confused after hearing all my assertions here, then it's not my fault. You already came in confused. Hope this video was helpful to you and I would really appreciate if you would buy any of these TVs, then do check out my affiliate links in the description. These little funds help me a lot to push the channel more and more and more and more and more. Leave a like and sub for more relevant content. That's all for today. Mewbot out.